Get even. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the words, guys. The words of the developer. Take a deep breath. Try to remember. A girl, a chair, a bomb, a dildo. No, I didn't say that. Just keep calm. Follow the voice into the depths of your memory. Relax and search for the darkest memories in the deepest recesses of your mind. Can you find her? The clock is ticking. And this is just a part of the treatment. Guys, this game, I don't know what this game is, to be honest. I thought it was a first-person shooter because the screenshots kind of look like that. But I was informed only 2 minutes before I was streaming this last night that it was actually a psychological horror, which I didn't really fancy. I've done quite a bit of the game now, and I'm ready to tell you if I think that, in my opinion, is it worth a buy. And I want to start with the graphics, guys. They look dreadful. They're just not good graphics at all. Considering this is a £25 game, I would expect the graphics to be a bit better than this. I have it all on max. It's, it runs all right. It's a console port. I'll tell you that straight from the off. It doesn't have a saved game function. It's the usual bullshit. When you see this thing flashing on your screen, don't switch off your console. I mean your PC. People don't like this bell, guys. I'm banishing it. We're boycotting the grocery store doorbell. Yeah. Although it is a console port, it feels like a console port. It's just, it had mouse smoothing on as default. That's a giveaway. No FOV slider, that kind of stuff. There's no different channels for the SFX or music. It's like all or nothing. It's one slider for the entire volume. That's why I'm not running my own music in this. I'm going to have to just run the music from the game and hope that there's no copyright strikes go out. But, I can't turn the in-game music down without turning down the sound effects. It's so fucking annoying. But it does run alright. It stuttered a bit outside when I was outside in the game. There was a couple of stutters, but other than that, it was running fine. It's got a few bugs. I did get stuck in a wall once, but overall the game, it kind of works, it kind of runs. The problem with this game is, though, I don't think it actually knows what it wants to be. Is it a horror game? Is it a shooter? Is it a walking simulator with a story? It's all of them things, guys. But the one thing that it does better than all of them is the story. The story is pretty much about this guy. I don't want to spoil it because the story is the only really good thing about this game, in my opinion. And the last thing I want to do is spoil that for you. You play this mercenary called Cole Black, who pretty much at the beginning of the game, he's trying to save this girl who's got a bomb strapped to her. You kill a few guys, you've got guns from the off, and this bomb goes off. You can't save her, and the next thing you know, you wake up in an asylum with a VR headset on, and you have no guns. You've just got this phone, which I'll come to in a minute. You apparently have been captured by this guy called Red, who's a bit of a scientist, and he's got cameras all over this asylum, and he can talk to you and follow your progress, and he basically tells you where to go and pretty much what to do, and you start reliving your memories, although they are kind of corrupted a bit, but you are reliving your own memories, and you're learning them again. It kind of gets confusing because you don't know what's going on, who you are or anything, or why you're there. It is done very well, that bit. The whole way that it switches you from scene to scene is done very well, but it's a really heavy story with lots of clues that you've got to find and things to examine and endless documents that you have to read to uncover the truth about what's actually happened to you. And you've got this phone that is like a all-in-one gadget. You have a UV light on it, which is kind of cool for spotting writing on walls that you can't see with the naked eye. It's also got a thermal imager, so you can see heat sources, which you use to get past certain puzzles. It's got a map built into it, and it's also got a message system like on a phone. So you have this that you can strap it to your gun as well. You get guns, you get pistols, you get what looked like an assault rifle, but this assault rifle shoots around corners, and apparently it's a real gun. This, you can get these IRL, but basically what you do, you bind a key to turn the gun left and turn the gun right, and you can shoot round corners. And every time you stick your gun out to shoot round corners, everybody shoots at the gun. which is a bit odd. The gunplay shit. I'm just going to come out with the gunplay is fucking awful, to be honest with you guys. It doesn't give me any satisfaction at all to kind of shoot a gun round a corner. The gimmick of that just... no. It doesn't... No. It just doesn't work for me at all. I found it boring. I found the whole gunplay boring. I found the enemy AI just to be lacking, to be honest. You'll come across all kinds of enemies in this. Some are armed with guns. Some are just madmen running around with what looks like VR helmets on. In the Asylum, which is probably the best level of the game. It looks a bit like Criminal Origins, but it doesn't actually play like that. But it is quite atmospheric. But apart from the story, the thing that really impressed me the most about this game is the sound. The sound and the voices. The voice acting is brilliant.
Honey, are you okay? Talk to me.
But are you absolutely sure?
I did the test 3 times.
The doctors, they said...
I guess we proved them wrong.
But that can't be right. It can't be. That means...
It means we're not just a couple anymore.
It means... we're a family.
What just happened? What was that?
Ah, you're back with us. Good.
Those memories, they felt different. What was that place?
No need to bother yourself with that, Mr. Black. Just a quirk of the technology.
So they were my memories. What's going on?
That is none of your concern, Mr. Black. It is irrelevant to your treatment. Now, let's proceed.
Proceed. Right.
The guy sounds like Sean Bean or Robert Baratheon. The guy you play, because he's always talking to himself and talking to this guy who talks to him through TVs and radios and that scattered around the levels. You just kind of expect you to say your mother's a fucking whore. You know, he's got that kind of Yorkshire grit, you know. But the music is so good. The music really sets the scene. It builds up all the tension in this game as well. It's got some really sentimental music, and then it'll have some really eerie, scary music that ramps up as danger becomes more imminent. So it's a bit like Summer in that sense. In fact, the game is a lot like Summer in the way that it's kind of like a walking simulator with a deepish story that is bringing more out as you go through it, and you have to collect evidence as well, and you have this evidence room, and all the evidence that you've collected from the different areas you've been to you can view in this room and try and work out what the actual is going on. But for me, guys, there was far too much just reading this, reading that. It's just, I'm not personally into these huge deep stories that bore me. I get too bored. I want more action, and the action in this just is nowhere near sufficient, and the puzzles are piss poor easy, guys. I mean, the puzzles are embarrassingly easy. They revolve around looking at heat signatures on pipes to finding hidden numbers on a wall using your UV scanner on your phone. It's just, they're just too damn easy, guys. They're insultingly easy. And another thing, there's too many times that the game takes control of you when you're just like about to do something. Like you'll be in a fight and then the game will go, hang on, I'll just take that, and make you do something just so it can set the scene for something. It's not all the time, but it's enough to piss me off, to be honest. And I'm a very hard guy to piss off. So Get Even never really did it for me. It's only about 7 hours long as well, and for £25 I want better graphics, I want more action, and I just didn't get it with this. But it's not a bad game. It isn't. I thought it was, but it's just not a bad game. And what I would say is this: if you like the idea of a deep story, and it does have a deep story, a really good soundtrack, excellent voice actors, shitty combat with a bendy gun, but a kind of detective finding the clues even though they're right there, you can't really miss them, then buy it, because you're going to like it. And you know what, I won't laugh at you for buying it, because I can totally get why you would want to buy it. But if you're looking for something a little bit more meaty with some good gunplay, some good combat, and maybe it's a light story so you can run through in about 15 to 20 hours of gameplay, forget it. You're not going to get that, and for £25 I expect that. So nah, I don't think at £25 for what you get it's worth a buy. But hey, if you're into Jack and Ori, buy it.